If you spend even 10 minutes scrolling through social media right now, you're going to see the exact same video a thousand times. It's always a hyper aesthetic, perfectly lit montage of someone waking up at 5 a.m. in a minimalist apartment. They immediately drink a glass of water infused with $30 worth of powdered greens. Then they do a 20-minute meditation under a red light therapy lamp, jump into a $10,000 cold plunge tub, and swallow a handful of 11 different synthetic supplements before they even think about eating a single calorie of real food. We have completely allowed the internet to convince us that being healthy is a luxury lifestyle. We've turned basic human survival into this hyper complicated, incredibly expensive matrix that requires a subscription model and a massive corporate supplement stack just to participate. But if you actually pull back the curtain on the multi billion-dollar wellness industry, you realize that most of this stuff is completely fake. It is a brilliant marketing trap designed to sell you expensive shortcuts for problems that can actually be solved for entirely free. Think about how absurd this has actually gotten. The human body is one of the most resilient, highly evolved biological systems on the planet. It survived for thousands of years without grass fed collagen powders, targeted cortisol conscious workouts, or custom blue light blocking glasses. But the wellness industry can't make money off of things that are simple. They can't monetize the truth because the truth is incredibly boring and requires actual discipline. If a creator stands in front of a camera and says, "Hey, if you want to feel better, you just need to drink regular tap water, go to bed at a consistent time, and stop eating processed garbage," nobody buys anything. There is no link in the description for that. There is no discount code for a good night's sleep. So instead, they have to manufacture a crisis. They have to convince you that your gut biome is permanently destroyed, that your hormones are completely wrecked, and that the regular air you are breathing is toxic. And then, purely by coincidence, they happen to have a $40 jar of powder that will fix everything. Now, don't get me wrong, the government definitely destroys our environment. Our air quality is getting worse and worse, and some more things. But that's not the point I'm trying to make here. We have replaced the actual pillars of physical health with cosmetic consumerism. We are buying the aesthetic of wellness instead of actually doing the work to be well. The absolute irony of the whole situation is that the things that actually move the needle for your health, the core foundations that account for about 95% of how you actually look and feel, are things you cannot buy in a store. Your body does not need a $100 specialized green juice. It needs you to eat a regular piece of fruit and some actual whole foods that didn't come out of a cardboard box with a barcode. Your body doesn't need a high tech tracking ring to tell you how you slept. It needs you to leave your phone in the other room so you can actually get 8 hours of uninterrupted rest. Your body doesn't need an aesthetic cold plunge setup. It just needs you to get up off the couch, walk outside, and move your legs for 30 minutes a day. We are spending an unbelievable amount of money on the last 5% of optimized fitness trends while completely failing at the basic 95%. We are swallowing 20 vitamins a day while consistently getting 4 hours of sleep, drinking zero water, and living under massive amounts of unmanaged stress. A pill or a powder cannot outwork a trash lifestyle. It's time to completely unplug from the fake wellness matrix. You do not need to be rich to be healthy. You don't need a clean aesthetic. You don't need a fancy morning routine. And you definitely don't need to buy whatever supplement a 20-year-old influencer is pushing this week. Now, with all of that being said, yes, a lot of these things do potentially benefit you, but only if you are lacking in it. And if you are, then I ask you this: why don't you eat more of a variety of foods to overcome that deficiency? I do personally take a couple supplements like creatine, fish oil, and protein powder, but that's because creatine is cheap and I don't eat enough red meat to get a sufficient amount. I don't eat enough fish oil and it's cheap to get at my local Costco, and protein powder on days when I'm out and about and didn't have time to cook up a meal and need some extra protein. But other than some basics, like I mentioned, strip away all the noise, eat real food, lift heavy things, sleep when you're tired, and get some sunlight on your face. It's entirely free, it's entirely simple, and it works every single time.